All right, guys. Sorry about that. Give everybody a chance to get on here. A little bit better situation here. There we go. We're getting one person here. Who's that? Who's on? Two people. Bree made it. All right, good. So the switchover worked for her. It also means the Shirleys officially lost their spot as the first people here. Hay with 3 Ys from the Millers. That's too many. Hay. That's too many Ys. All right. It looks like everybody's getting back in the game. Leave a comment. Let me know you're here when you're here. Liz made it good. I am eating biscuits and gravy with a dollop of jelly on it. Wonderful, wonderful.
That
Health
looks like
food.
dog food, actually.
Health food. It's health food. Definitely health food. Trying to do the smart thing while we're sitting around in this time of quarantine and eat healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So, Liz, what do you mean ew? Ew, first of all, that's a baby sheep, isn't it? Second of all, not ew as in nasty, because that's not what it is. Bobby's here. Emily's here. Pam's here. Comfort food. Pam knows what she's saying. Skip the jelly. Jamie, at least somewhat knows what she's saying. Nate Vamosi, you at work, Nate, or on break like last time, or what?
Pardon me a sec. Oy.
Right. People are coming in. We're going to give a couple minutes. Here's what I want you to start thinking about in our conversation, what we're going to be talking about. I want you to share something that God is teaching you through all of this, something that you would say that God is teaching you in the midst of all this situation. Don't leave it in the comments yet. If you're typing it out, don't leave it yet. Right now, leave what you had for supper. Leave that right now. Karen and Lane both here. The Millers had chicken Alfredo pierogies at the Shirley's house. Oh, wow.
Bree made also.
Nate is on break, he says. Bobby has not even made dinner, is not planning on feeding her kids. So
Same. She's sick of cooking. Me too. So sick of it.
Grilled chicken and mixed greens, Liz. Honestly, you're going to make fun of this and then throw grilled chicken and mixed greens. Chicken and salad.
The only person in the United States that comes out thinner and more healthy throughout this, Liz. Good job.
Chicken and salad. Emily Miller said, "Are you hanging out with Liz and Pat? Because that's not what you're supposed to be doing." Peanut butter and jelly from Lane and Karen. There you go. Turkey burger from Nate. Nate is picky with his burgers, if you don't know that. So turkey burger and pineapple, Emily sees. Wow, that sounds gourmet.
Sounds delicious.
Bobby says cereal for dinner.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that.
You is a female sheep. A baby sheep is a lamb. My bad. My bad. Thank you, wildlife expert. Appreciate that. Patter's having sausage stuffed garden peppers. Oh man, that sounds wonderful. That sounds wonderful.
Garden peppers are, I mean, forgive my ignorance because I know nothing about gardening, but are peppers already coming up? Is that what that means? Are you laughing at me?
No, I was laughing at Jamie. Jamie's comments more of
funny.
like my thinking too. I'm thinking peanut butter and jelly for snack. Peanut butter and jelly is a snack after the meal. I agree with that, but shouldn't be that way, but it is that way for me. Katie Vamosi just made it. Hello, Katie, everybody. Good to see everybody's names scroll across here. I know some people have been attempting it on smart TVs and may not be able to talk that way. I know that Ron and Rita have tried that, and I don't know if they're here yet or if they're making it tonight. as if Ron has anything to do. But it is Ron's birthday, I have heard also. So if you're watching, Ron, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Ron.
And I know that Dell and Gladys are also had it working on their smart TV. If anybody's had any problems accessing this, that'd be a dumb question to ask because they wouldn't probably be on here or able to communicate. You can send me text messages. If you are not able to communicate in the chat, send me a text message, and we're getting those too. So if you're watching this and you are doing things that way, that is perfectly fine.
TT said they were from last year's garden. Now I have
last
more
year's
questions.
garden. Yeah.
I'm assuming you froze the stuff, them like already stuffed.
Jamie says, "Happy 130th birthday, Ron." That's rude. That's rude because he's not a day over 120. Everybody knows that. So let's go ahead and have people share. Bree does have it on her TV and my phone because I like to talk. So let's go ahead and have people share. If you don't mind, why don't you share something that God is teaching you in this time? I'd like to hear from different people. So let's go ahead and share that before we get into the prayer time. Something that God is teaching you in this time. I've heard a lot of really incredible things that are happening. So let's hear some of that. Dell and Gladys are with us.
Hey guys.
Everybody's still on the TV comment, so I'm giving it a little while. The burgers just made it. Who would have thought the burgers are late? That doesn't usually happen. So good to have you guys here. Family time is way more important than work, Katie says. That's good. That is a perspective that is absolutely obvious in all this. I think that we have been forced into family time, as bad as that sounds, but that is definitely a good thing. Mandy says her main thing that she's learning is how much time I wasted on things that do not matter. I'm also learning of those who I put ahead of my relationship with God. That is another big one, I think, that a lot of people are saying. I truly believe that this event, that what is happening right now, is going to be one of the most dramatic cultural shifts that we've ever seen in our lifetime. I really believe this is going to dramatically change a lot of things because, Mandy, what you're talking about right there, the main thing I think that most people have learned is that the things that were important all of a sudden we can't do, so aren't important, and maybe they've been dethroned and realized that even the small things weren't that important and that we could have done better there. Liz says, Pat and I being deliberate about the time. Tom says, Pastor Tom, sorry, God is teaching me an increased ability to adjust. Man, that is an annoying trait to learn.
Bobby had set up a little bit. She said she's learning that she has more control issues than she thought, and God is teaching her to surrender that control more.
It's good. Bree says, God's taught me how to have joy and only see Him. I've been shown how many idols I have put before Him over the years. Jamie says, patience, 3 teenagers and Nick. Lane says, in the end, there's only Him to rely on. No one else is enough. Man. Yeah. Ed and Vicky, hello.
Hi, guys.
Emily says, patience and peace. Tracy Patter says, God is teaching me to let go. I'm sorry, everybody knows her by TT. So TT is saying, God is teaching me to let go and how strong my children are. Emily Cease, He loves us enough to take us through things we wouldn't choose to teach. We wouldn't choose to teach us things we desperately need to learn. Yeah. Sarah says she gained an amazing appreciation for teachers. Yeah. Karen Cummings said to be thankful for the things we take for granted. Yeah.
Yes.
Nate Van Mosey says, God is teaching me to not take a minute for granted and how blessed we all are, blessed to have each other. Yes, I agree with that. I have thought a lot about it here in the last couple of days. And how many of you have done the keto diet? Raise your hand. I'm just kidding. Don't raise your hand. I can't see. She raised her hand. But if you've
done every diet,
if you've done the keto diet, I think that this time very much compares to the keto diet. You go without sugar for that first week and you want to kill everyone. And it's the most miserable experience. But then you get to that second week and you start to coast. And then you're looking back saying, I think I can do this. This is good. And it feels like this is good for me. And I kind of feel like that this matches up a whole lot with that. So Marie Dracula, and I don't know if family, but I see that she's here. So how many ever Draculics we have? Welcome. Glad to have you guys. Jenna, it's good to see your beautiful face. That's something that I wrote. And so
no, that is
Sarah quoted me. Yeah. Good job,
yeah.
Sarah. I try to control way too much in my life, Jamie says, and I really need to just leave it to God. The Brittenhams have joined us, or at least one Brittenham.
Hi.
It's easier today, Lane says, than it was last Monday. I agree with that. And I think we're going to experience that a lot more as we go. So,
really, you think so?
I do.
I can't tell if it's going to get easier or if it's going to progressively get harder as we reach that time, like towards April 30th, when we're all anxious and then like if it happens to get extended again, which we're going to pray it doesn't. But I can foresee things, for me at least, becoming a little bit more frustrating. Yeah. I had a meltdown day today. I'll just apologize to Nick publicly. But I feel like, I've reached that point already where I've kind of accepted things as they are, but I'm really having a hard time with doing the same stuff over and over again. And it makes me feel bad because I'm very blessed, and the way that things are right now, when I see so much suffering going on in the world, it almost makes you feel guilty for melting down over little things. But those are the things that are happening right now. So they feel very real right here, right now.
Ron Zarema says all he has gained is a couple of pounds.
Me too.
Michael Brittenham says just one Brittenham is joining us. I'm practicing sanity distancing from my family. Not a thing, Michael. You're going to have to answer to that one because I will be texting the rest of your family about that. So Kim Miller is here and has joined us.
Hi, Kim.
Hi, Kim. Good to see you. See your name. That's what's weird. Dell and Gladys stopped by the church she was picking up mail and then dropping off some things. And then Dell was, they were also leaving some things behind the church. As we talked for a little while in the hallway there, he was getting ready to leave. And as he was leaving, he said, as I was walking back into my office, he said, "We'll see you later tonight." And that hit me because that was one of those things that I think that I took for granted, the idea of seeing people later. I don't know. Does that sound silly? But that was, it kind of hit me. And I was like, man, that's pretty cool that I will see him later and that they're tuned in right now and watching. And that was just kind of it's one of them things. It's weird. Jamie is with us. Jamie, hi, good to see you. Very good to see you. Kim Miller, she typed, "Hi, Tom and Pam, I'm waving."
We're waving back. Not Pam and Tom, but
Jenna should practice some sanity distancing. It would help.
Probably.
Michael. Yeah, Sarah. Sarah says, I had a bit of a panic attack last night over managing work from home, schooling the kids, and schooling myself. Yeah.
Do you guys all, because I feel like I'm crazy, but maybe those especially who have anxiety are with me, but like I feel like I wake up every morning and my first thought is, oh yeah, Corona. And I have kind of a wave of a little bit of panic, not panic, but just disappointment that kind of overfloods me. And I'm working on that.
One of the things that we want to do, Bree says exactly, Jenna. One of the things that we want to do is I'm thinking we're going to move this. Well, let's do this. First of all, is this a weekly thing or should this be a bi-weekly thing?
That'd be okay.
And then on top of that, one of the things that I want to do is consider moving it to Wednesday rather than Tuesday. I set up Tuesday because of just it felt right that it needed to happen instantly. So, but if you are, I see some coming in saying weekly, but if Wednesday does not work for anybody, as if you have, Liz says a daily thing. Liz, you can call us anytime, and we've been Marco Poloing. If you guys have that app, if anybody has that app, we've been playing with that. So, but Mandy says my schedule is fairly busy, but I'll try to move things around. I think she is referring to Brandon by moving things around. So weekly, it looks like we're going to stick with weekly. I want to move it to Wednesday so that Connie can be involved. I know that she watched last week's after it was over with, but I want to move it to Wednesday. To
a lot of people are saying Wednesday doesn't work. Yeah,
some people are saying Wednesday doesn't work. So if Wednesday doesn't work, then let's see about Thursday. We'll throw Thursday out there. Let me give you an update on what's happening at the church to kind of keep you informed. Everybody needs to know kind of the side of things that are going. The biggest concern or the biggest thing to think about is that we will expect to see a dip, obviously, in giving and things like that. We did see that this month. It wasn't as much as I thought it would be. So thank you guys so much for being faithful. We're barreling through this, and I'm once again trust that God's going to do what God does. And if you need help with giving online or on the app, then let me know, and I can walk you through that, help you out anyway there. I know some people have mailed in checks. That is helpful, and I thank you. But just to kind of give you a line of where we're at, we're averaging for the month of March, we averaged about $300 to $400 below or under budget. And so not bad, definitely a praise item that we're seeing that happen as good as it is. But thank you guys for being faithful. Thank you so much. And you need to know that we are, I think, in my opinion, I think we have more of an audience in this city than we've ever had. And so I'm thankful for what God has unleashed and unloaded. I'd also like to publicly say that here's how a church works. You rely on the more advanced people in age with more experience spiritually and that kind of thing. And that's kind of where the heart and the push of things in the church comes. When all of this hit, all of a sudden I said, I've got to start calling some people and getting some people mobilized here. So we went the other direction. And I would like to point out that Josh Cease, Emily, Elena, Autumn, I think that everybody should put something in the comments for Autumn because she hates attention. So I think that you should put something in there for her. But all these people have absolutely been doing some incredible help. And more people are stepping up there. And it is the youth of the church that is really knocking it out of the park. And I want to say huge kudos to them because I'm extremely proud of them. Patty, I see you. Hi. Good to talk to you. Patty got her name changed from last week. So we're able to see that.
Lacy dog.
Vicky Kubis says, what's going on in the world seems surreal. Yes, it does.
Bobby said Autumn's blushing. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I've never seen anything like this in all my life. Everyone needs to draw closer to Jesus. He is the answer. And read Psalms 91. I very much agree. Very much agree. Really is good to talk to everybody. This is helpful for us. I hope it's helpful for you. And I hope that you will not consider how helpful it is for you, but maybe consider how helpful it is for other people. that you're here. So really consider that. Here's what we're going to do. Prayer requests. Let's start that string now of things. Prayer requests, things that you would like to pray about.
I was thinking, and everybody's already kind of praying about this, but I've been reading about some of the impact just in the world over for people. I was telling Nate that you guys may have seen it, but I was reading about a lot of the migrants in India. Whenever they started locking things down, they locked things down really hardcore. And so the migrants who were living in India didn't have any place to work, so they couldn't stay within the city. So they tried to get out of the city, and public transportation was turning them away. So there were literally thousands of people lined up waiting for some kind of transportation. And when they couldn't, they all had to start walking home. So I was reading about one man who was 24, and he was having to walk over 600 miles home. And so they were saying, they didn't know where they were going to get food. They didn't have a place to sleep. They wouldn't have water. So I just think about, of course we're being hit hard and we're seeing a lot of really sad things, but comparatively, when I think about that, I think about how blessed I am during this time. And so I think especially praying for those who, they could starve to death trying to get home. So a lot of really sad things.
Jason is still working. Pray for his safety. Bobby sent out a text message the other day that said that he's putting a lot of antibacterial cream around his nostrils, which I think we should Google that to see how safe that is. And do pray for Jason as he is out going into homes and that kind of thing during this time. Shane is battling strep throat. Liz and Pat are asking for prayer for him. Retail workers and those people that don't have the option to just stay home. Yeah, definitely want to remember to pray for them.
Yeah.
Lane says keep praying for his daughter, friends in Texas that are trying to finish school that he talked about last week. Chelsea and Pete's wedding, Bree and Matt's wedding. Pray for wisdom and to trust God through it all. Yes, that is a huge, huge event to try to be flexible with. And it's near impossible to plan one of those things, let alone plan one flexibly. So, Chelsea and Pete just sent me asked me if I was available on a date that they were wanting to try to consider for theirs. And then that was a date that I had already had another wedding plan. So it's going to be a strange summer, trying to adjust all that.
If I can interject real quick, I think we need to pray for Emily Cease too, because you remember we've been praying for her as she has her mission trip to Kenya upcoming, and so that's all kind of in the air right now. So let's pray for her.
Sarah asked for Dan's safety as he's out in the community at work. Mandy and Pam both said that they're praying for a God-sized miracle that nobody can deny who healed the world. I agree with that. Katie Vamosi, my sister-in-law, Jill is a nurse in New York. Pray for them. Pray for the leaders of this country, every one of them. The burden there, absolutely. Greater Things was busy tonight. Pray for them. They're in need of supplies. Thank you to everybody. Connie has already also expressed a huge thank you to everybody that has gotten so much. They've loaded the van up a couple times, so keep praying for them. Josh Cease is asking for prayer for increasing work stress. Yes, my cousin's son and daughter-in-law, both PAs, Patty says, leaving Colorado to head to New York to help. There is a lot of people doing that right now. Wow. So yeah,
that's amazing.
David do you know how to pronounce that last name? McGowan, Free Will Baptism in Michigan. That is his wife is they're in Michigan, and she is extremely ill.
Does she have coronavirus? So, is she ill from coronavirus, or is it something else?
As that's being answered, Jamie says, my mom tells me almost daily how sad all the residents are in her care center. My mom says the same thing at the nursing home she's working at, and how much they miss their families because they can't visit. Pray for them and the employees as well. Yeah.
It's so sad.
Meg dealing with positive COVID patients. prayers for all the patients as well as the healthcare workers, Lyndon out in the community delivering. So pray for his safety. Pray that everyone who has or will share with those that don't. That's how the old timers got through the Great Depression. Yeah. Yep. This is something small compared to the rest, but please pray. This is Mandy. Please pray for, especially for the kids missing on their birthday, missing the birthday events. Yeah, this is yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, it is for a kid. That's a big deal. So, Emily Miller, no unemployment yet. Prayer for provision. I have heard that, Emily. Definitely want to pray there. Definitely. Tom's.
If you guys need anything, please call us. Pastor
Tom says that it is his understanding that the request for the wife in Michigan that it is a COVID thing. Mm-hmm. Pray for each other for strength, direction, and safety. Nate asked that. Please pray for me, my breathing. Jamie says it's getting worse. Definitely want to keep her in our prayers. Definitely. Sarah says, we're praying for you guys. We appreciate the time and the effort you're putting into keeping the church going. Thank you.
We miss you guys.
I think I am. I hope this is okay to say, and I hope it's not taken wrong. But I am. I'm loving pastoring right now because it feels. I don't know. It just feels more real right now. I think than it ever has. So, yeah. But there will be a wall. I'm certain eventually. So. All right. I think we have maybe a few more requests coming in. I'll give it a couple of seconds here before we have prayer together. Emily Cease, praising God for technology. This would have looked way different just 15 years ago. Absolutely. I saw a meme the other day that said, or actually it was a friend that posted something that said, dear Mark Zuckerberg, maybe Spawn of Satan was a little bit too harsh. Yours truly, every pastor.
And and it said something about sorry for every time we said Facebook was absolutely evil.
Yeah, absolutely evil. Yeah. So, but yeah, technology is it's
a good thing right now.
It's a real good thing right now.
And I love how people are using it for good.
The missionaries that we had that are going to Spain, the center that they're going to is closed, and 700 people they normally feed are not getting food right now. You remember last month, those missionaries that came and shared. Yeah, definitely pray for them. Ellie and Paxton, we'll try to get them down here after we have prayer if they will take a break from the movie that they're watching. Wyatt says hello to Packy and wants to FaceTime him later.
Packy would love that.
Yeah. So we will try to get them down here in a couple minutes. So good kids, good kids. All right, let's do this. I will give you a couple more seconds as I'm finishing up here. Let's go ahead and get ready to pray. And Tracy Patter adds one. Pray for people who don't have family and feel so alone. Let them feel the Lord. Yes, we want to definitely pray for that. There are. This is a lonely time for everybody. And so I can't imagine how lonely of a time this would be for lonely people.
I think, too, we need to pray for people who are grandparents. I mean, for families in general, but I was thinking about how much easier this is that I get to feel my kids' hugs and I get to feel their arms around my neck and I get to kiss them. And, like my parents, for example, who can't. And I know that they're longing for that. So pray for the grandparents. And yeah, I know we've already said it, but all those people who are experiencing big things like now, like those people who are having babies and can't be with their babies, or people losing loved ones and they can't be with their loved ones. And
yeah, that's a big thing right now because you've got to consider funerals and how all that works at this time, and it's not a good thing. So Pastor Tom asked for prayer as he is counseling people. Sarah echoes what Jenna said. Patty wants to keep praying for her dad. Spent some time, took dinner to him today. I know that's a very difficult thing. So pray for safety there as Patty goes back and forth and does what needs to be done while also being afraid of infecting him and that kind of thing. So yeah. All right. Let's pray then. All right. Let's pray together. Okay. God, I come before you once again on behalf, first of all, for this country, this world that we live in, that is devastated and rocked by these things, God. I think that in the weeks to come, we're going to experience the full weight of this, and it's going to look a lot different as the graphs, as they're calling them, start to catch up to reality. But God, I ask that you remind us, first of all, that you're still in control, because we need to know that for sure now and have that established in our minds and in our hearts, because in the middle of all this, you're doing some incredible things. That there has been so many conversations that I've had recently, God, where you have been working in people's lives in ways that maybe would not have been as loud as they are right now. And so, God, we're practicing things for the safety of other people. But in the middle of that, you're taking this really bad situation and you're bringing a whole lot of good from it. And so, God, I ask that Keystone Church comes out of this the most spiritually renewed, on fire church for you. And in the middle of the gap that is left, as this city starves for something and answers something, God, I beg that you make us even louder then with your answer. God, can you bring people to you through all this, please? Can you allow us to be used for those that are talking to friends and family members, for those that even this week have invited people to church and told them about the church, or they have heard about the church, and so they've been asking about it, God? I first of all, I praise you for those stories. But God, I ask that you just speak to people now. God, I pray for a renewing in our community, in our world, as we turn back to you and as we're reminded of the things that we need to be reminded of. But God, I also pray for all these other things that are going on, for the workers in retail and in the hospitals and in all the different places. God, I ask that you will be with them as they fight the anxiety and the struggle of having to go to work because they have this fear of not working. But God, I pray that you just help them and that you provide and help them, protect them. God, I pray for all those that are not working right now as they are looking at the future and wondering. God, I pray that you ease their fears, calm their anxieties. God, I pray that you remind them that you know exactly what they need and that you're going to supply it. As the unemployments are late, as the stimulus checks aren't yet out, as all that stuff is what it is, God, I just ask that you just help the people now. God, I pray for the families that are growing closer together, but then also are dealing with a little bit of struggles with each other. Give grace where it's needed, and may we learn to be like you in these moments and in these times. God, we pray for the church also. Thank you that we have this community. Thank you that you gave us the opportunity to come here with a passion that has now turned into this. And God, I'm humbled that you allowed me to be a part of it. And I'm even more humbled that I'm allowed to be here right now in this moment doing this. Thank you for these friends. Thank you so much for these friends, God, that I get to text and call, and that they check in on us, that they love our family, that they are just passionate about our kids. And God, thank you so much for that. I can't imagine going through this without that. And I just give you the glory for the net that you have knitted together in all of this, God. Financially, you're going to take care of the church. You're going to work out all the details. And so, God, we're trusting you, and we know that you're good, and we know that it's your idea. So, God, we know you're going to provide. For those that are joining us even remotely that aren't maybe locally a part of Keystone Church, but have been a huge part of it, God, I just thank you for their encouragement, for their videos, for their help, their support, their gifts, all of it, God. And I pray you bless them also. God, we're asking for the grace to keep going. We're asking for the joy that's not based off the circumstances. God, give us more than just a feeling right now, please. Remind us of the joy that we have in you. And may that be what wakes us up every morning. May that be what ends every day for us. And may we be reminded of it every time we hear the bad news. Because in the middle of all of this bad, the brightest light of good that we have is you. And you're good. And we thank you for that. So we love you, and we give you the praise and the glory. And may we lay all these things at your feet also. And it's in your name we pray. Amen. All right. Linda Webb.
Hi, Linda.
My daughter Lindsay and fiance are nurses, and he was sent home because he was exposed to someone who tested positive. Remember to pray for Linda Webb in that. Yes, definitely. Jamie says Nick's still traveling out. Yeah, these are all some that came in right after. Bobby, pray for our Hydrate families. One of our Hydrate families, Olivia Lowe, is one of our original campers, and her 30-year-old brother passed away of a stroke last week. So I want to remember those also.
I think it was very unexpected and very sudden. I don't think he had really any health problems before that.
I'm gonna leave you to talk for a couple seconds. I'm gonna go try to get the kids to come down and say hi.
Okay. Our kids are upstairs watching Open Season. They've been really good. How are your guys' kids all doing through all this? Those of you who have little ones. Such a weird thing for all of them.
This is it. Now when you step, you're gonna be on camera, so there now everybody, all the churches there wanted to say hi to you guys. So
Hi.
So this is all the people
Whoops.
talking over here. You can see all the comments that people are leaving there for
There
you.
she is.
Hi.
Liz said hi.
Miss Liz is on there, and Pat, and yeah, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Paxton out.
Paxton out. Ellie in.
All right.
Paxton, Wyatt said hi.
Wyatt.
It's a little like Home Alone here.
Yeah, pray for all the parents that have to figure out how to talk at the different stages that all the kids are at about this, because this is it's a difficult thing to kind of navigate through and work through. So Johnny and Mila are both yelling hi to you right now.
Hi, Mila.
And Johnny.
And hi, Johnny. And LeGrand.
Hey,
Andy.
tell me something good, some good news that you can share real quick as we are as we got a few more minutes here before everybody grows tired of everybody.
You're gonna bust your head. Stop.
Gladys is talking about gardening. I know that she was talking about that earlier, but I couldn't figure out if she was wanting to dig up the backyard for gardening, and that's what she was calling it, or if Dale would be permanently a part of the garden. I don't know exactly what she was trying to say there. So,
Pappy says hi.
Hi,
Pappy. And Pat too, probably. They can only see this part of your head.
hi, Pappy.
Nate's gonna sing happy birthday.
he is not. You're wrong, Emily Cease. Nate is not going to sing happy birthday to Ron live because we can't even verify that Ron's on here. So sorry.
Hi,
We're not going to be able to do that.
Hi.
Don't get up close, okay? Emily, while everybody's on here, I'll say, Emily, thank you so much for heading up that the prayer, 48 hours of prayer that we got to have. That was fantastic. And so I really, really appreciate you doing that. You did a fantastic job there. So thank you very much.
It was a cool thing.
Thank you, everybody that got involved and that was involved in that. Yes, Gladys, I forgot Gladys. You're right. Gladys mentioned that we pray for her daughter that is a Border Patrol officer. She is having a rough time in all this. So definitely pray for her.
Linda, we really miss you too.
Gladys says that I have the Dale says of Gladys, I have the sweetest, most loving wife ever. Woke up from a nap and she was holding a pillow tightly over my face to keep me from getting COVID-19.
She's just trying to help.
How many of you have noticed the I don't even know what they are, sorry, but the flowers blooming? I know that Jamie's mentioning that, but the trees all over Greensburg, around Walmart, and that's pretty much the only places that I've gone. So, but around there, so definitely a beautiful thing.
Hi, everybody.
Mandy says that is her good news, is the time that the prayer time. It was the best time of worship, and she felt very much at peace during her hours of prayer.
Mine too. I agree. I came away from it feeling very just at peace with everything.
Jamie says they had 9 little chicks hatch today. That's good news. That's good news, especially if you like wings. Good news.
Yeah, wings.
Speaking of wings, if you're
is better.
Speaking of wings, if you want to try the takeout scene, Buffalo Wild Wings has, and they're not a sponsor of Keystone Church, but Buffalo Wild Wings has half-priced wings on Thursday. Looking forward to that. That's one of my bright spots in the week. Sarah says, good news. We're all healthy and can take the time to get together like this.
Yep.
There it is. I was looking for Tom's comment that you were referencing there, Mandy. I've noticed the animals living life as normal. That encourages me. That's an interesting thought. How many of you have mowed your lawn or had your lawn mowed? I need to mow mine, but I have not mowed mine. I'm just going to keep moving the pallets and the things that I have laying in the yard around till it kills all the grass and just take it out one section at a time.
I got you. I got to get there. Here I am.
Got to get here.
Dale said he mowed last week. For those that are, this is okay, but I'm gonna say this. For those that are interested, religious organizations do not fall under the stay-at-home order, and volunteer work does not fall under the stay-at-home order. So if there's a time that you just need to get out of the house and escape, if you're looking for something as silly as this, cleaning the church, mowing the church lawn, all those things are things that can be done while observing social distancing, and all that is the church building is open for that. You can go do that kind of stuff, or if there's some sort of cleanup or organizing or something that you've seen that you would like to do, now's the best time in the world to do that kind of stuff. But the grass is already too long at the church and needs to be mowed. So If there is any of that you are interested in doing, willing to do, then please let me know, because we're going to start needing that really, really fast. So Marie Dracula says the beach is still open. Of course, she's talking about Lake Erie, and they're thankful each day that they can go outside. Hey, the warmer weather's on the horizon also. Next week looks good. And so that's great. Lane
For
says,
me, any of the days I can get outside is a much better day than being inside. No, you're fine.
sorry.
No, you just keep chatting it up, man.
Lane says, Mo, what's that? Yes, Jenna did incredible on Sunday. I agree. Knocked it out of the park. That is an intimidating thing to do. And so huge kudos to Jenna.
Thanks.
Fantastic job.
Thanks. Ellie, Miss Karen says you bring her joy. Aw, you make her happy. You. Tell her I love you. No, Miss Karen.
She thinks
Karen.
you're bringing Joy the Brittenham kid to her. Are you making fun of my clap, Mandy? My clap was towards Jenna, and I can't move much in this space that I have. So,
She said, spirit fingers.
Kim got to watch the sermon online. That's awesome, Kim. Thank you for doing that. I know your church is Calvary is been fantastic in all this, and they're another church that is reaching out to other churches saying if you need anything, then use their facilities and that kind of thing. So I appreciate that. We have had a couple of churches use our building for things, so that's fantastic.
Miss Patty needs an I love you, Miss Patty from you.
I love you, Miss Patty.
It was
And Liz
got a
loves
little
you.
kiss and everything.
Liz loves you.
I want a kiss.
We'll say I love you, Miss Liz.
I love you, Miss Liz.
Got a lot of surprises coming up in the services that we're going to try to put little Easter egg things, and not like actual Easter eggs. It's not like mid-sermon, like after point one or something, I'm going to find an Easter egg on the stage. But you get what I'm saying. A lot of things that we're trying to do just to change it up and encourage the community and the ideas of getting together. Let me reiterate what I said last week. Please, please, please call each other. Please call each other. Don't text, don't message, don't do those things, sure, but make it your priority to call people. If you have not, I'll be blunt and harsh in this. Let me put it this way, because I think this is the best way to communicate this. If you have not called anybody in this, I'm afraid that you have been too focused on yourself and you haven't been the church. So pick up the phone and call each other. If you need phone numbers, let me know. I always give out phone numbers if I get permission from the person. So if you're curious, God lays someone on your heart. I've called people that I haven't talked to in months in this. I've set it up that I said that if God lays them on my heart, that I'm going to call them or I'm going to text them. And I've reached out to them and I've reconnected with a lot of people. Had a conversation with Damian Reynolds today, I guess that was. No, it was Sunday and today. Damian reconnected with the church and ended up watching the live feed on Sunday. So make sure that you're calling each other and reaching out to people, and even people that you don't see anymore.
What about is there a way that we could do like a directory?
We have that. We do have that.
Updated?
We've not made that public because we just don't want to make that public till we get everybody's permission and do it that way.
Is there a way that we could collectively ask everybody if they would want to make theirs public? Like, can we make a spreadsheet or something? And I don't know.
If you are okay with me sharing your number with anybody, then you can shoot me a text, and that will eliminate that step.
What's your number? What's your phone number? Where can they text you at? 3? Text Ellie at 3.
What was I going to say along those lines? Oh, we have a lot of people in the church that have never filled out a connection card. And this is the result of that. Now we're in this situation and we have not been able to connect with them or call them. So if you're watching this and I have not called you, more than likely it's because I do not have your phone number. Even if someone else gave me your phone number, I do not call anybody unless I have permission from them. So if you are watching this and I don't have your phone number, then know that that's why the connection cards are important. It's not just to get the free mug, although you're also missing out on a free mug. So two things.
Mandy said, "Uh-oh, you haven't called me."
Emily
Marie said, "Please, no one give Nate my number."
Emily Cease asked if we can put it on the app. I don't think that is going to be possible because the app. Remember, the app has been downloaded like 500 times. It is not something that's just used in our circle. It's used in a lot of different circles. So I don't know that putting it on the app would be the best place to put it.
Are you tired? Did you see Sarah's comment up there from Dan? Dan just got home from work.
Dan's here.
But Dan, he said, Dan just got home. He says hello to Nate and he misses you. And then later on she says, and he's feeling really hurt that you haven't acknowledged him live.
Sorry, Dan. Sorry. I never know when you're here and when you're not here. You're always. I'll hold back.
What?
I won't say anything. I'm going to be nice to Dan. I've given Dan a hard time. Michael Brittenham says that he has not received a mug. I find that hard to believe, but I will see if we can get you one.
Lane wants to make in the future a directory with pictures. I wonder if I could fix something up like that. If everybody could email me like
a picture of
an
themselves?
Updated picture, and I could work it. Should we do that?
We can move towards this. It's just it has to be everybody has to approve their. We would have to come up with a way of not just getting their number but approving.
Me?
Yeah.
Can they email me a picture and if they want to be approved in their information?
Yeah.
So okay, here's what we'll do, and I'll have to figure this all out. But if you guys want to be a part of a directory, if you're okay with getting phone calls from everybody, then email me your information. Let's do maybe your phone number and address. Phone number, address, and the names of your family and everything, and then and send me a picture if you have a picture of your family, and we'll try it. Oh, Jenna.altom, ALTOM @gmail.com.
Nate Vimosi says, please don't give my number to any bill collectors. Nate, all the bill collectors that call me, I tried to give your number and they say they already have yours. So I think we got the same problem.
Yeah.
All right. Any other, we're coming up on an hour, and I will keep this open as long as we want to. But if you need to bail out, I totally get it. And we can just keep going for as long as people just fade away. It's like on Sunday, I'll just keep talking until everybody fades away. And
as we're talking until everybody fades away, are you needing to close it out? I'm sorry. I have a question. I'm looking for a place with really good acoustics because I just an idea for a service as we're trying to be creative and everything. But does anybody know of a place? I've been thinking about like parking garages and stuff like that, but I need a place with really good acoustics that we could go to that we would be allowed to be at right now is my problem. But if anybody has an idea for that.
While she's asking that, I want to do a shout out to Mandy and Bobby for adapting way out of their comfort zones and doing the online lessons for the kids. They did a fantastic job the first week, but even the improvement from the first week to the second week was through the roof. So
yes,
absolutely fantastic. And Michael Brittenham, we will not be doing a worship service in the bathroom, regardless of how nice the acoustics are.
Brandon's at his shower.
Mandy either. Come on.
We need a place where if there's a couple of us, we can be 6 feet apart. So
without having to turn the water on.
Yeah.
I guess that would get rid of the virus. So
I don't know. I mean, nope. We're just gonna stop it there. Nate, she needs your spirit fingers, please.
No, not interested, Mandy. That wasn't spirit fingers. So
I gave you some.
Bobby, you guys have done a fantastic job. And once again, Autumn, point her out. If it embarrassed her the first time, let's embarrass her the second time. She did a lot of editing this week. she did a fantastic job. So,
Yeah.
and Marie Dracula, if you're still with us, Marie has been knocking it out of the park with the videos. The new Schwangers have some coming in this week. Michael did one. Joey Vegerano, I know he's not on here, but sent us one in. Am I missing anyone? There's been a lot that have come in. I'm trying to think of what has gone out and what hasn't gone out yet. If you're interested in doing that, let me know. Oh, Chelsea. Chelsea is mailed in one and is getting another one sent in. So Jamie says the music room at the house there. And I don't think she's looking for a controlled sound, but more of a
We kind of need a place
large room reverb sound.
to where, like, if we did something, we don't necessarily have to have like microphones and everything, but still sounds okay.
Michael, have a good night. Good to talk to you. I know I've been talking to you all days, but still good to talk to you again.
Bye,
So
Michael.
tell your family we love them. Tell them hi.
Michael?
Mm-hmm.
What's Michael from?
My sir, you remember Grace and Joy? Your friends Grace and Joy and Faith and Hope. Their daddy. Remember? Tell them to tell your girls you said hi. Oh, she's just so sleepy. Crazy.
Anybody else that want to mention this also? Bobby, I haven't talked to you specifically about this, but I know you've already mentioned it. So if there is anybody that is in need of Easter eggs, you can get those from the church if you bring them back. Those are available, so don't buy any. We've got thousands upon thousands upon thousands. So if you need those, let us know, and we will work on getting those together. So just let us know. Emily is leaving.
Bye, Emily.
Emily, have a good night. Marie Dracula said blue heart. I don't know what that means.
Bye, Lane. And Karen.
Yes, Bobby agreed that is yes. So if there is any Easter eggs, any Easter eggs that you need.
Marie, please tell Trenton that Ellie will say hello to. Hi, Trenton.
Lane and Karen, good night. Love you guys.
Bye, Liz. Love you guys.
Guys!
Liz is leaving.
Bye! Go. Bye. Bye.
Delayed. Linda, have a good night. Really, really, really good to see you,
Bye,
Linda.
Miss
We miss you
Linda.
like crazy.
We love
Tell your
you.
family hi.
Yes.
Tell everybody hi, please, please.
Go back.
Yes.
Burgers, have a good night. Dan
Bye.
Burger, good night. We'll talk to you later.
Hi. Miss Sarah said bye, Ellie.
Bye. I'm there. And this is my friend.
Hey, thumbs up before you leave. It helps us on YouTube. We're trying to get the channel up to 100 subscribers because that will help us in presenting everything. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe, and then do the thumbs up thing also. I don't know where the thumbs up is on your screen, but it's up here on my screen.
Miss
So
Patty said good night to you, Ellie.
Good night.
remember on Facebook, a share is better than a like. And so, or a heart, a love, whatever. So make sure that you share everything that you can. That helps us get the word out. Miss Patty is leaving. Have a good night, Patty.
Bye, Patty.
Katie, good night. We'll talk to you later. Good to see you guys. Praying for you. Keep hanging in there, Katie. I know that you've got the fun parts of all this. So keep going. Kim Miller, have a good night. We'll talk to you later. Mandy, bye. Johnny and Mila, bye. I said that to Ellie, but I think we are going back to that. Have a good night, Pastor Tom, Pam. Talk to you
Love you
guys
guys.
later. Draculix, thank you guys for taking the time.
you
Draculic,
guys.
whoever it is. But thank you. That is just about it. They're starting to fade out. The thumbs ups are going up. We're up to 8. 18 people on, but
That's
only
actually
8
fun.
thumbs up. So 10 really dissatisfied Keystoners. So if it has to do with the thermostat, please understand you adjust your own thermostat on Sundays. We can't control the temperature, so stop complaining. Give it a thumbs up. There's a 9. We got
That
9
was
thumbs up. On that.
Big Daddy T
I'm
out.
not saying that.
That was, of course, my dad.
I'm not saying that.
Bye, Mom. We love you. Good night, Jamie.
Good night, Jamie.
Night, Miss
And Mommy
Jamie.
and Mother. And Uncle Will and Manny.
Vida was on here. Aunt Vida.
And good night, Aunt Dada.
All right, a couple more minutes for everybody to say bye, and then we are ending the stream.
Bye, everybody. Oh, and say hi. Bye. Bye. That wasn't my idea.
That was your idea. Yeah, that was a good idea.
That wasn't my idea.
Oh, okay.
We love you too.
There. Oh, how did we gain a person? We gained a person. We were losing them, but then we gained a person.
Bye.
Bobby, have a good night.
Vida said good night, sweetheart.
I don't think we've said bye to you yet.
Bye, Bobby. We love you.
Bye,
Up to
bye.
11 thumbs up. Up to 11 thumbs up. We have crossed the hour mark, which is when we're ending. So there you go, Mandy. Whatever.
He does love you.
Ellie, Jamie says good night.
Good night, Jamie.
Blow her kisses. Stand up so she can see you. Hurry, 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 hurry.
Ooh-ah.
Wow. That was a sneak up from under.
All right, we are signing out.
Bye, guys. We love
Good
you
to
all.
see everybody. We'll talk to you later.
Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody.